Aloha guys, GRTV here. Wanted to express a few points regarding how people conduct themselves and certain cultural concepts and the general idea of the dream mate and how it uh, that idea relates to other ways of doing things. First of all, I would want to note that when people say things like, I'm of a particular religion or whatnot, it doesn't necessarily mean that they are wholesome and they don't use drugs and that they only believe in no intimacy before marriage. And people think this idea of wanting to be a virgin or not pursuing sexual desires is just because you're afraid or it's a lack of showing of strength or ability. But the contrary is the case, I would argue. And the same goes with these ideas of adult, um, you know, settings like nightclubs or whatnot where alcohol is served. That's somehow an adult environment. But I would argue that and all this, pursuit of short-term intimacy is not only half-hearted and potentially risking your own peace of mind and your own, you could expose yourself to diseases or um, make a bad reputation for yourself. But it also does something else. It makes you forget your dreams and who you are, and it makes you it makes you think that you have to get quote unquote people, or you have to seduce them, or hope that they find your body attractive, or want to pleasure them and have if you will power over them because they want you. That has nothing to do with love, and it has everything to do with lust. And lust is something that I believe should be shared between a couple in a private setting, a dream mate couple, and they can be playful and passionate and want to please each other. But it's important to realize that sexual activity is like a drug. And also, it's far more important than some random lame marriage ceremony where have barely any intimacy except maybe a kiss. And people should realize that the foundation or the most profound thing of expression or caring or for somebody else is by it's not exactly caring though. It's just energy. You're giving somebody your energy. It doesn't mean you care about them. It may mean that you're controlled by your desires and lusts and not by your heart space and your dreams and what you really want in life. Um, Dreams and who you are. Uh, the whole concept is that sex is like a drug. It's like but you want to only give your drugs to somebody you really care about. And the irony is that I would propose that if someone's not your dream mate, then you don't really care about them. It's the same as the um, the prostitute principle, as I call it. If you care about somebody, then you wouldn't hire them to be a prostitute. If you care about somebody, then you wouldn't try to seduce them. If you were as a prostitute, you wouldn't try to seduce somebody with your body. You wouldn't try to buy a prostitute with your money. The same principle applies to other uh, aspects of connection to people, and it is a connection also. It takes energy. That's the bottom line. And so you might say that, you know, it, the ego might say that, oh, it's wimpy to not drink, you not be able to drink a lot, or not be able to um, seduce somebody, or but really that's just all that really is it's just it's just a it's just a showcasing of lack of self-control, lack of self-respect. Because not only do you not respect the person just by calling them a girl or boy, quote unquote, friend, and giving them your most valuable thing, you're giving them your body, giving them your energy. Um, I think men get distracted. They think that if they seduce a woman, they win. And women, they try to seduce a man so they can change the man or get the man's money. Or, of course, this could be vice versa. But the point being that these social, if you call them expectations or whatever you want to call them, of having to start a family or be intimate as soon as possible, um, that's not the real you. It takes time to develop you and know really, hey, what are certain things I really want, and make a definitive list of, okay, I absolutely want somebody who's, for example, me, I absolutely want somebody who's vegan, in their diet, and I absolutely want somebody who does not want to have pets. For just as an example, you should have a list of, a number of things, and I bet if you compared that list to, say, if you have a quote unquote boy or girlfriend or just husband or wife, and you're not willing, like, would you refer to that person as a dream mate, quote unquote? You know, that's the ultimate question. Would you? And if not, then it's just a tease. A quote unquote one night stand is only a tease. This idea of people cheating on each other and because they want somebody else's body or whatever, it's all fake. It's not real. It's not truth. It's not love. It's not joy. It's not noble. And pure. And people would maybe make an argument that I'm um, trying to make people feel bad or be religious about it, but really I'm just trying to propose some opinions and some objective facts as well. And this is all, if you really believe that marriage is ideal, if you truly believe that, then there are steps and procedures to take in order to make that a reality. If you truly believe that, in marriage, then I'd encourage you to act accordingly, and at least consider some of my positions. If you agree or disagree with some of my positions, then you can comment, and we can talk. If you want to hear more, then please subscribe. The point of the matter being that sometimes people get distracted by this idea of their 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 bodies, sex organs, other people's bodies, all this stuff, the other people's relationships, and that all of that is just a massive distraction from yourself, your dreams, and your dream mate. So when you have the choice, choose yourself. And choose somebody who deserves your energy and your love. Somebody who you would want to be with when you were older. So much that you'd rather be with them than, say, maybe a younger person that you find more attractive. Thank you for, at least, I'm sure you like some of the points I'm presenting. If you watch this far, you may have some further suggestions or counterpoints, which I can consider. And I'm about to conclude, just mentally reviewing, seeing if I have anything else. Maybe I'll do a quick light work session. And remember to do light work wherever you go. Just go like this, like a wand. If you want to do it low key, then put it like lower, like that, so people don't really notice, but you still get the sense that you're beaming a brilliant beam out of this light. I'm not pointed this way, but like this, and you kind of imagine the beam, like you can beam through buildings. Imagine people smiling. Just imagine you're in public, beaming at people, and it activates their aura and brilliant light energy, and it's like the equivalent of imagining like the unified field of light, and kind of like how the Matrix presents it, is this field of, you know, um, this grid of energy or light, uh, consciousness. That's us. That's who we are. So don't be intimidated by the ups and downs of life, how people you think are better or lesser than you have different qualities, more or less attractive, anything. It's all us, and it's all up to. And when you get to that level, that level of, you could call that like the seventh chakra, or the self-realization, or unity consciousness, or whatnot. When you get to that level, you can finally truly feel some existential peace, and not be engaging in the quiet desperation of just day to day, trying to impress people, or yourself, and trying, being in the lower chakras. If you activate the chakras on your own, then you're not going to be hoping that other people will satisfy them. And remember, even if, like, for example, if you haven't activated your second chakra via masturbatory activation, um, you could be controlled by that energy while you walk around throughout the day, and your decisions could be influenced by that, and somebody might be able to seduce you. So I actually encourage twice a day masturbation. That's my suggestion. Um, and anything else? Remember to use coconut oil or olive oil. You don't want that petrochemical products. Although those are good for like lip balm, for example. I think that's good to protect the lips. Sometimes you do want to use like petroleum-based products. I'll show you an example. The one that I use. I use this chapstick. It's very standard product, but I find it works the best. Uh, what else? Any other thoughts here? Oh yeah, the light work I was doing. So yeah, just visualizing. Let's say visualize somebody you are attracted to. You know, and for a moment, instead of thinking that you have to seduce them, or you wish they liked you, there's no hoping or wishing or wanting or luck in the world that I live in, and the world of love and purity. It's not luck. There's no luck. It's all about absolutes and science, the science of love, the science of, you know, intelligence, and self-respect, mutual respect, and all that considered. Basically, let's see. I think visualize somebody you're upset at, and not that you have to interact with them at all, but try to imagine them happy, smiling, and just in their realm, whatever they're doing, and grabbing a brilliant beam of white light, or a sphere of white light, and it activates their whole aura, and they're joyful. And another thing to do is, one thing I like to do is I imagine I'm like flying across cities and just beaming people, and sometimes I imagine people like going like this and beaming one another and smiling. And sometimes just anyone throughout the day. There could be random people, maybe somebody you had an argument with on like social media, or maybe somebody who you saw on TV, or anything. You can beam these people. Imagine them smiling. Even people that you think are bad people. Remember, bad people, evil people, and I think it's okay to execute them so they can reincarnate into their next life, and not have to be around a bad person like them that they were in their previous incarnation. So we're progressing where we're finding things, guys, and it all orients, like, this is everything I talk about is oriented around respect and being in truth. You can call it the fourth chakra, the heart chakra, but really what it means is actually being able to be true. Not base your decisions on your needing to meet your basic needs in the first chakra, or satisfy your sexual desires in the second, or satisfy your emotions in the third chakra, but being able to do it yourself. The third chakra, you 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 activate it in a healthy way via positive thinking. It's things like meditation, light work, uh, just creative pursuits. Music, listening, dancing. Is exercise in particular is excellent for um, the third chakra activation. And thank you for considering, and wishing you well, and I want to say aloha. Be well.